You. Right now, Decision 2024 is in full swing, and for decades, schools have been a place where people can go and cast their ballot, but that's starting to change.
12 News journalist Brendan Lipinski reports on why some schools are now opting out of being polling places.
This November, Maricopa County will have more than 240 polling locations, but with election rhetoric so contentious, some schools will not be opening up to voters.
Turnout is expected to be very high this November, and the director of elections at Maricopa County says plans are in place.
Those plans include ensuring that we will have a safe voting environment, not only for the poll workers that are working, but the voters themselves.
The county will have an ample amount of polling locations.
The vast majority of our locations will be in churches.
Some of the locations will be outside traditional polling locations.
Some even we were using a mortuary to have a voting location. We have a few aquatic centers around the valley that are also serving, so we're always looking for new partners.
The county losing some schools. In one district you won't see this year is Mesa Public Schools.
If our campuses didn't have students on it, be more than happy to have folks come and vote on that day.
Scott Thompson with the district says they don't have the room.
Just parking and lines and just everybody coming and going from a campus.
Citing concerns from parents.
Right? They expect the gates to be locked. They expect people to be checked in at the front office. They expect us to know who are the adults around my kid. And when we can't fulfill that expectation, then we have a problem. So we're trying to live into what we've heard from parents that they want and live into what their expectations of us are.
Plus, election rhetoric can become combative.
Yes, there's tension around elections nowadays, right? And I think that's pretty obvious to anybody at this point. And that affects, how people are interacting with whoever they're encountering when they're trying to vote.
Professor Tom Riley is the co-director of the Center for an Independent and Sustainable Democracy at Arizona State University. He cites elections have become polarizing.
So I think schools are looking at this, right? In addition, there's been a rash of school shootings, right? So, you're balancing as a school official and administrator, their need to protect their own students and faculty and teachers with this kind of growing polarization and intimidation.
Which he says in turn impacts election costs.
And it becomes more costly for county and state officials because, churches and schools have allowed them as part of their civic participation to utilize their facilities with minimal costs.
Despite some schools opting out, Maricopa Superintendent Steve Watson, who oversees governing board elections, assures that voters will have enough places to cast their ballot. Brenda Lipinski, 12 News.
Still ahead, the